That spear looks adherent, all right. Guess we're on the right track.
Didn't even have time to finish their puzzle. Whatever they were looking for, it wasn't just treasure. Never seen anything like it.
Views like this remind me why I came to the Living Lands in the first place.
Something stirs here.
Tripwire's broken. I bet Afrik's people came through here.
Look at that. That statue. How did anyone build that all the way down here?
Gods. And no one knew that was down here.
Rituals. Whispers of searing light.
Quiet, Nimdut.
Another win, but who's counting?
Look at that. That statue. How did anyone build that all the way down here?
Gods. No one knew that was down here.
The jewels, whispers of searing light.
Zorps. Wanna sneak a fight? You take lead. Right on my side.
Nice job, everyone.
Offering.
Hold it together, kid. We're nearly there.
You're not my brother. I got to be dreaming. Oh gods, am I dead? Is this the Beyond Spirit? Have you come to take me to Galloway's side?
The kid's in bad shape, but he's not too far gone. I think we can help him.
I'm not ready. I've never even touched a girl. It's not fair.
Not with that. No. Oh, you mean healing him?
I've got stick prickle balm for the pain, but other than that, not much else I can do.
Sorry, I'm all out of potions. I don't know any healing magic either.
Magic? I had to learn some magic, but only the kind that explodes. I don't want to explode. Please help me. Oh, that's the creepiest sensation I ever felt in my life. Like vines were growing all through me.
If it works, don't question it. And look, your wounds are closing up already.
Oh, wow. I feel leagues better. I thought for sure you were coming to take me back to the wheel. Who are you? What you doing down here? He actually made it? I wasn't sure he'd come through. And he sent the Emperor's fucking envoy. Damn. Am I ever glad to meet you?
Focus. The Free Expeditions Corps. Where are they?
Right. Those assholes. They went on without me after I got hurt. We'll come back for you once we've got the relic, admin, honest. Oh shit. Yeda was probably hoping I'd croak so she wouldn't have to tell our freak how she abandoned me. All she cares about is that Oracle and his relic, which is probably just a big old dog bone if you ask me. He's probably still down there, fiddling with the statue. You must have seen it on your way in. Our captain, she's... I don't know. I don't want to talk out of turn.
Relax. You're not the first person to have a bad commander.
It's not like that. I mean, it didn't used to be. Yeda's not been quite herself lately. I've always known her to be cautious, careful. Now she charges forward recklessly. And she pushes us as hard as she pushes herself. That's how I got hurt.
Has she been short-tempered? Distracted?
Yeah. When we make camp, she has these terrible dreams. Wakes us all up with her screaming and muttering.
Can't be sure, but it sounds like the dream scourge to me, Envoy.
I doubt I know much more than you do. I mean, you're godlike, just like him.
Come on, kid. Don't get starstruck now.
Well, he's touched by Arctis, right? And he's supposed to be old, like hundreds of years old. And I don't mean elf old, he's extra old, like Arctis has been keeping him alive or something.
Great. He's old. Anything else?
They used to receive pilgrims, but only the ones who could make it to him. This place, it's like a trial.
Yeah, we've seen the same traps and crumbling buildings you have.
And he's building something. A statue of Arctis, I think. But I don't know what for. I mean, after what Arctis did in the Dead Fire, people don't come here anymore. He'll be the last one to have seen him, I bet. I'll just rest up here a minute before I head back to Paradise.
Take it easy. No sense getting yourself into another scrape.
Promise, I'll take it slow. Hey, Envoy, for what it's worth, I really thought I was gonna die down here. Right, yeah. You got those assholes to save and everything. I hope they're better off than I was.
Seems like a good kid. Glad we could give him a hand. Maybe one of Juliana's girls will too.
He's gonna have a hard time getting out of here, but at least we gave him a fighting chance.
So, the kid said the expedition team went deeper, looking for... the Oracle.
I imagine the Oracle has something to do with that creepy statue we saw before. Maybe we should take a look. Quiet, Nimdut.
Not bad, Marius. Watch yourselves. This one's mine.
If Ludwig's after this relic, we might be on the right track.
I see someone. Be ready for anything.
My sister. Can it be? Come. It has been too long. I had feared I was the last of us, but you... Oh, the very sight of you is a balm for the soul. I am the Oracle Sargemis, servant of the once shining god, he whose light has lately dimmed. What brings you to this sacred space? Indeed. It has been my obsession these last few years. Hewn by my own hands from stone in Ardra, and no small degree of melancholy. I suspect it will be my last great labor before this body is returned to the earth, and I am returned to my god. If I am, it is from an affliction that death will not cure. But no, sister, I am only very old. My light is waning. As Aethys' essence leaves the world, I am leaving with him. His essence has kept me alive for centuries, and soon we will enter the longest night. Be welcome, for you have found it. People like you and I once sought this place in moments of spiritual turmoil, when the world and our souls could not find rest. Moments of war, famine, massacres, when those such as us are called upon to speak the gods' wills and to lead. But I have seen not one of us these last 3 years, and it is rare indeed that pilgrims come to pray. Perhaps our meeting now is the work of immortal hands. I pray that it is so. Godlike. Such a meager word for us, who are the gods' eyes and ears and hearts. We are the phenomena through which the gods experience the world. We are as like the gods as a finger is like a man. You and I and our raptured brethren, we are the gods themselves.
That's all very poetic, but it doesn't answer the question. Is this place special to godlikes?
It had been once, when we were legion, but no longer. Our kind came here to find fellowship and understanding, in a world determined to bend us to its purposes. This is a heavy burden you carry, to be beloved of both a god and a god among men. I imagine one cannot help but wonder. Did he elevate you for your skills and knowledge, your strengths, your accomplishments, or for what you are? You and I are instruments of a divine will. In choosing you to be his envoy, your emperor ennobles his purpose and tarnishes yours. Indeed, my soul has dwelled in this form for centuries, beyond even the lifespan of the longest-lived elf. My lord Arctis inspired my birth in the same year the kingdom of Adir was founded. You might say my birth heralded the empire you now serve. About 630, yes, give or take a decade. One does lose count. Many, yes. Some that inspired awe, others dread. For a time, I proselytized among the colonists who first settled Eir Glanfath. I held the door of my parish church against an onslaught of Glanfathan raiders, and I watched them fall prostrate before my light. I tended the wounded in the Broken Stone War, the War of Black Trees, the War of Defiance, and in many wars that were never given the dignity of a name, and since have been forgotten. I can hardly recall them anymore. Is that what they're calling him now? I heard the man that was Widewind speak when he was but a farmer. He had a presence even then, furious, incandescent. It was astonishing, his power. I wonder, had my lord already made a home in his body by then? Did my lord share with Widewind his plans to wage a pointless, bloody war while wearing the poor man's face? What a grave injustice. To have your body stolen and be made into a saint. Tragic Widewind. Pitiable Widewind. I grieve for what became of him. The Deerwood has been a troubled place since the very moment of its inception. Conflicts erupted as regularly as spring flowers, to bloom and die as swiftly. So, there is always some dark corner in need of light, if you'll indulge me in the metaphor. Truthfully, I had been jailed for proselytizing in Colklin, and it was to the colonies I was exiled. So it was the Deerwood or death. I had nowhere else to go. That is a question for my lord. I have asked him many times, but even when he spoke to me, he would not say. I suspect it is his essence that has kept me alive, and now that he has abandoned this world, well, I soon expect to die. In prayer, in dreams, as I ate and loved and labored, his voice was a constant murmuring in my ear. But when I spoke to him, he never did reply. So, do not mistake his talking for a conversation. He only wanted to be heard. Not anymore. Be my guest. An expedition? I'm afraid I don't understand.
Right. Maps, ropes, pitons, rugged boots, water for days, people down here looking for stuff.
I am familiar with the concept, tomb raiding and the like. What troubles me is why they would come here. These ruins are not so different from the many others on this island, except that they are a good deal more treacherous. And this representation of Aethys we stand before, it is the work of my own hands. They could not hope to move it. Do you know what their purpose is here? Ah, the splinter of Aethys. I suppose it was too much to hope they were here to examine these exquisite ruins. Truly, it is their loss. It rests in a shrine deep within this temple complex, beyond the reach of looters, visitors, or indeed, myself. The path to the relic has fallen to ruin. Some sections are flooded, and others are infested with all manner of creatures. Although, perhaps you might assist me with that.
Right, here it comes.
You see, this construction beside us is no mere statue, but a reliquary I have built to house the splinter of Aethys in its appropriate grandeur. It is nearly complete, and ready for the splinter to be interred. But I can no longer reach the relic on my own. Return it to me, and who knows, perhaps you will meet your expedition along the way. Take all the time you need. Oh, and please refrain from touching my statue or devices. May light illuminate your path, sister. Leave those be. They protect my devices. Careful, please. Devices are fragile.
This reminds me of the string.
What?
Mind you not to spook you.
Another win, but who's counting? Here it comes.
Never knew there were little houses down here. Then again, I never needed to come down here before, so there's that.
Let's see what you got. See that?
I sprained my shoulder.
Dream scourge ahead. I hate to think it reaches all the way down here.
Thorns beside violence, essence twisted out of shape. should it be disturbed.
Big tree, pretty ruins. Don't let it fool you. Keep your guard up.
There's the relic. Can't be as easy as grabbing it, can it?
Right. I haven't been in a lot of ancient ruins, but you don't have to be an expert tomb robber to think this is probably a trap.
The false idol. It waits.
Something's moving in the main chamber.
We better be moving too. That ought to be all of them, right? Oh, we too. The way out must have flooded during that earthquake. Blasted ruins.
Well, better a flood than a cave-in.
come here, why does he build the idol in this place?
Something's not right here. Take a look around. Well, we found the expedition. Looks like they've only been dead a few hours. But how did they get in here?
They didn't come the same way we did. I'll remind you, we had to swim here. And look, there's no way these people died of natural causes. Murder usually leaves a mark.
It's like every member of the expedition team just collapsed. Yeah, I heard most of them drop dead at the same time. If you believe the priests and watchers, the gods ripped their souls clean out of their bodies after Aethys clobbered the wheel. But nobody's sure what really happened, and the gods aren't in a hurry to explain. Well, there's no godlike and no adherent functionary I'd rather be trapped down here with than you. Anyway, all we have to go on is conjecture. A statue of Aethys and a bunch of adherent corpses. So, we're doing great.
Corpses left here with no obvious death marks or struggle wounds? All I'm saying is, I'm not seeing any reason to rule him out.
You think he's building a what? A giant animat?
Do I even want to know what an animat is?
An animancer could explain it better, but they're basically suits of armor brought to life by bound souls.
Right. I knew I didn't want to know.
The Oracle couldn't have put the expedition's souls in the statue of Aethys, right? There's still a lot of debate over what even happened at Ukaizo. Perhaps the Oracle knows the truth, or perhaps he's just as lost as we are. Aethys is a dangerous god associated with AORUS' bloodiest wars, and he recently killed thousands of people in Deadfire. Now, we have a piece of him, and we're about to face a maniac who wants it desperately. Tread carefully.
Even the flood could not stop him. Fealty or sickness?
Oracle's up ahead. Be ready for anything.